right, pleased to be joined by Pickering Panthers General Manager Sean Meyers. Sean, I got to start with the GM of the Year award. I mean, is this something that you knew was going to be in your future, winning GM of the Year in your very first season doing this?
No, absolutely not. I mean, I keep telling the guys, like, it's just a testament to the work they put in this year. It's not a me award by any means. It's all the hard work our staff and team have put in that, you're seeing on display right now. So I'm super proud of them.
Well, it's not a you award because one of your colleagues also got an award as well, and Connor Armour getting the head coach. I mean, were you surprised at all? I mean, that he won this award? I mean, coming in with the team that Pickering had last season and what he's been able to do with the roster that you've put together, I just felt like that was a really deserving award on his side.
Yeah, no, 100% deserving. Not surprising at all. The amount of work that Arms has put in this year, between just player development, structure, gameplay, everything. He's been fantastic, and I don't think we could ask for more from him this year. So super well deserving, and I'm super happy for him.
How did you find out that you won the GM of the Year award, and what was your reaction when you knew that was the case?
I got a call from the league, and I was super excited. Honestly, caught off guard. Just like I said, I'm just proud of our group and the amount of work they've put in this year. And it's one of those things. Like I'm just so excited to be here that's kind of even taking the precedent right now for me personally.
Yeah, this is exciting. Speaking of being proud of the group, you got to be proud of what this team did in Game 6 against Stouffville. I mean, just unbelievable to go down 2-0 in the first 2 minutes of the hockey game. I mean, I did not think that this was going to be a 4-2 game when it was all said and done, but it was. What can you say about maybe the resilience? We've used that word a lot in these playoffs about the Panthers to do what they did in Game 6.
Yeah, I mean, not the start we wanted in that game by any means, and I think after 40 minutes, I was optimistic, but definitely not thinking that things might not go that way. But our group, they've been resilient all year. They work hard, and they haven't given up at all. So it was a fantastic game. Honestly, I'm super happy with the outcome, and the boys really played well that last 20. So that's the kind of hockey we want them to play, and that's kind of Panthers hockey now.
Your reaction maybe on the game-winning goal, or maybe the empty net goal, because that's when you knew the game was over, when Charlie Key shot that puck right off the draw into the empty net. Like, did you let out a little cheer when that happened?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that was just a veteran play by Chuck there right off the draw. I mean, I think he caught Stouffville off guard, and it just, it put the game away. So, super proud of him. He really turned it on there in that third period, and he played awesome. So that's kind of what we're looking for from our captain, and he's delivered. So we're super happy about that.
So Troy and I on the broadcast were talking about expectations and belief in these two teams, because both teams had an upset. The 1 seed was upset by Newmarket, the 2 seed upset by Pickering. Did you guys expect to be here at this point of the season, or was more that you believed that you could be here at this point in the season?
I think it was definitely a belief. Like, we believed in our group, where things were in the summertime when we first sat down with our group to where we are now. It's a much different picture now, but we've always had belief that they could go on a run, and I've been telling you, the goal is to bring the Buckland Cup back here to Pickering, and I do believe in this group that they're capable of that, and if they keep working hard like this, I think it's definitely on the table.
So Gabe Torello, after he scored that game-winning goal, he's talking to Donald Beatty after the game, and he says that was the biggest goal that I've ever scored in my junior hockey career. Certainly wouldn't be the prettiest goal that he ever scored in his junior hockey career, but when you hear players say stuff like that, especially guys that you acquired and brought to Pickering, is that something that just kind of warms your heart a little bit?
Yeah, I love hearing that kind of stuff. I mean, he played amazing that game, and just even that goal, like you said, it's not a highlight reel goal. Like, Gabe's very capable of that, but he just worked super hard on that play to put the puck in the net and get the goal for us. And I love hearing that about guys, right? It's biggest goal of their career, or if they're just having a blast being here, like, that's what we work for, and I love hearing stuff like that.
Okay, Sean, Marco Costante. I don't know if there's any kind of an update on where he's at, but what I want to know from you is just kind of the reaction when he ended up getting injured, when you found out that he wasn't going to be in Game 6 for you guys, and just kind of what kind of an impact not having him in the lineup is for the Panthers.
Yeah, it's super devastating. He's a fantastic player, and it's super tough watching any player get hurt, and especially a player that's been so dominant and impactful for us. So super difficult seeing him go down. Hopefully we'll get him back at some point here, but my main concern is just wishing him the best in his recovery and hoping that he gets back to full strength.
I talked to a lot of people not directly linked with the team, just fans and staff and things like that, and I'm going to be honest, when Marco Costante went down and knowing the state of the Pickering Panthers defense right now, there was a lot of people that had that little thought creeping into their mind that yes, we're leading the series 3-2, but thinking maybe this was a bit of a door opening for the Stouffville Spirit, and maybe even the Panthers would lose that series. So to win that game, or just maybe your thoughts on that, like did that thought ever cross your mind at all? Because I remember talking to Connor Armour, he's always very stoic about things like that, but did that thought ever cross your mind a little bit, thinking like, oh man, like what have we got ourselves into here?
Yeah, I think we're in a super tough spot. We lost quite a few players in that series against Stouffville, which was difficult. So losing Marco is just, kind of another blow. But one of the biggest things this year has been just building depth on our back end and up front. And, thankfully we've had some players step into the lineup that are playing big minutes for us now. And, we've had to lean on a couple affiliates as well who have been really good for us. So, injuries are just inevitable in playoffs. Unfortunate that it's happened to us, but looking to lean on that depth a bit, and it's been so far so good. So hopefully we get a couple of those guys back soon.
Yeah. So getting APs in the lineup, I think maybe you would have thought that once the trade deadline was done, you wouldn't have to be going and trying to find players to play in the lineup every night. What's this process been like for you, just figuring out who's going to be on the lineup on defense for the Pickering Panthers and trying to bring in these guys who are playing U18 hockey, or maybe you're getting helped out by some of these seasons ending, but what's then been that process for you?
Lots of conversation with Connor. Matchup dependent, we've sat down and discussed which player might be the best fit night to night, and thankfully we have a couple of good players in the system right now, so we've got a few options to choose from. But at the end of the day, I'd like to get all of our roster players back in the lineup and healthy, but we're super appreciative of these players for stepping up, and they're guys that want to play junior hockey, so they're showcasing themselves, and they've been really good for us so far, so hopefully that play continues.
I know Connor Armour always has a game plan when it comes to the next series or the next game. When you've been down in the room talking to Connor, what have the conversations kind of been like about this series against Newmarket?
They're a tough team. They're built a lot different than Stouffville and Wellington, who we saw in the first two rounds. So it's going to be a tough series, and I think a lot of it, like Connor does a lot of preparation for the players and stuff, getting them ready series to series, and a lot of focus just going into not only our games we've played in the playoffs, but also a lot of film on them and seeing what they're doing, how they're structured, and what it's going to take them down.
Okay, last question for you. Landon Stevens scores the goal. He's been a guy who hasn't been in the lineup every game, but that's been the MO of this Panther team, right? Next man up. I've heard it from a lot of different guys. Just the goal that he scored and just some of the life that he's brought to this team when he's in the lineup.
Super happy for Stevie. That was an awesome goal, and he's a rookie in this league. He has been in and out of the lineup a bit, but guys that work hard like that, they'll find their way, and he's found his way so far here, and first 40 minutes have been a testament to that. So super happy for him, and glad he's settling nicely.
All right, Sean, thanks for this. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Awesome. Thanks, Thomas.